for joining us. So, I mean, you've had some week. We'll come to that in a moment. But how did you enjoy that today, and how good a performance from your team was that today?
Yeah, I think I've enjoyed two things. First of all, the performance of the team, and second of all, the atmosphere in the stadium.
There was something,
because
wasn't
if
it?
the players were on top of it, I think the fans were on top of it today as well.
Yeah, put that into perspective, because even we have been coming here for years and years and years, thought that was extra special from the supporters today.
Okay.
So just how did that feel in the dugout as the manager to feed off that?
Generally speaking, you're only focused on what City does and what we have to do, because they can cause you so many problems. So you have to keep staying alert all the time. I think it was 10 minutes before the end, even before Virgil make the only mistake of the game. The fans were so loud. At that moment, you felt like, okay, this is something new for me as well. They've been behind us every single game, but this was really massive. But yeah, then Virgil cut me out of it by making a small error. But Cruyff was there to save us.
He was. And at the start as well, I mean, obviously you got the goal after 12 minutes, but the way you started today, Arne, I mean, I think front foot's something of an understatement.
Yeah, but that probably also has to do with City, who wanted to bring the ball out from back. That's what they always do. That's what they're so good at. So if you want to have any chance of recovering a ball, then you have to be so aggressive. If you're not, they play through you so easily. So the only way to press them high is be aggressive. And that's what we were. I think most part of the game, although the second half we had to defend low as well.
Arne, it was an incredible first half, as good as I've seen at Anfield for a long time. In the second half, City had a little bit more possession. Was that a tactic from you to almost sit back and play a little bit more counter-attacking, or is that just because they're a quality team and you have to suffer at certain periods?
Yeah, the last thing. So ideally we would have done the same as the first half. But yeah, you face a team that has so much quality, and I think after we made the substitution again, when Darwin came in, we had that same aggression again, and maybe the legs again to press them a bit higher. But yeah, it also comes down to the quality of City. It's impossible to keep them away from your 18-yard box for 90 minutes. But it was a good thing to see, if they were in and around the 18-yard box, that we were still there to defend.
For me, I just think like, do you think you were a little bit worried because at the start of the game, the pressing was incredible and you should have been like so training really, and then it didn't happen, and 1-0 was, I think, a tough score, and there is a moment where I felt like the energy dropped a little bit. You were a little bit worried in that moment, thinking we have to be careful there.
Yeah, you're always happy if you're 1-0 up against City, because that doesn't happen a lot for any team in the world, and also for us, not in the last few games. The rain is coming down. But yeah, if you looked at the amount of chances we had, I think 1-0 after whatever period of time wasn't what we deserved. But yeah, there was a lot of confidence in the way we defended as well. So yeah, then again, if we would have scored earlier, the nerves would have probably been a little bit less. But maybe it's also part of this game, because I think everybody enjoyed it till the last minute.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just really interested to hear your thoughts. Such an incredible team you've got, you know, Mo Salah, Szoboszlai, these kind of players who can dominate a game like this. But to see Joe Gomez come in, Queeve Kelleher, if you like, understudies in the squad, but I thought they were incredible today. How do you feel getting to know your team, get to know your players, your confidence as a squad? How are you feeling in December?
People once told me that wearing this is a problem for a manager, but I'm not if he holds
I know my vacation in life, Arne. Go on, sorry.
No, but that is definitely the strength you need to have as a team that wants to compete at different stages. So we play Champions League, we play Premier League. All these games are so tough. So you need to have a full squad of quality players, and that's what we're having. But you probably also saw today that we only have 5 defenders available for 4 positions. That was also the reason why I took Trent off, because he comes back from a hamstring injury to play him 90 and Wednesday again and Saturday again in the Merseyside derby. So we need to rotate also in that position. But it wasn't a surprise to the Liverpool fans, because they saw Joe Gomez playing like this for so many times, and I saw him against Brighton playing like this, and today he was outstanding again.
And just very quickly, I mean, I know you don't look at the league table after 13 games, but
we do. But
let's be honest. Could you have dreamt of being 9 points clear at this point?
No, first of all, not, because you don't look at before you come over here and how many games you're going to win. And if you would have even considered us to win so many, then you probably would have thought that maybe one of these others would win that much as well. But they were able to do so. I saw Arsenal playing yesterday, outstanding team. Chelsea today invested so much money, so they will be up there again as well. And City, I saw them playing today. Okay, they lost today, but I'm 100% sure that they will compete this season again with us, with Arsenal, and with Chelsea. So a long way to go, but it's a good position to have.
Certainly is. Listen, very well done today. Thank you for joining us. You do realise the amount of stick I'm going to get now for holding a brolly for the Liverpool manager.
Thank you.
No problem, Arne. Take care.
I didn't know, sorry.
He joked and he said, probably the last time I played for Liverpool at Anfield against Manchester City. Well, you're laughing. Is this a game of chess here?
Well, of course it is. I mean, Steve, we don't know the nuances of his contract. I don't know whether he wants 4 years or 3 years or 2. You know, Liverpool want to offer 2, for instance. He might want 4. You know, you can imagine Mo Salah's contract is very complicated, image rights because of where he's from and things like that. And I don't necessarily think there should be a problem financially, but it might just be a case of him wanting 4 years. Who knows? But if that's the case, I know Liverpool are certainly talking to his agents, and they must be far apart at the moment. That's why there hasn't been any concrete offer. It's pointless Liverpool making an offer for him to say no straight away, isn't it? Or his agent to say no. So I presume they'll be still talking, and hopefully all the Liverpool fans will agree that they come to a happy medium to a certain extent. But I can understand why it's taken time. I've got no problem with it, really. I mean, if he wants 10 years and Liverpool say no when he wants 10 years, then it's going to be a no, isn't it? So you have to draw the line somewhere. But we all hope that they come to an agreement.
How do you see it in terms of, because he's gone vocal and he's gone public, does that show to you that he actually does want to sign?
Yeah,
and
I think so.
It's just almost putting Liverpool's hand to the fire in many ways and almost, you know.
That's exactly how I think. I think he wants to stay. I think he wants to stay. Because if he wants to leave, he might as well have already told us that he wants to leave, wouldn't he? You know, he's only got a couple of weeks. But I mean, most clubs would have been in touch with his agents already if they want to take him. So he knows that there's probably lots and lots of offers on the table for him already. And he's probably just pushing Liverpool to get what he wants to stay here. Otherwise, why would you be so vocal? But you also know that Liverpool want him to stay. But the deal has to be right for both parties, doesn't it? You can't just ask for the world and hope that Liverpool get it because he's a superstar, because it doesn't work like that.
Would you push? He is different.
Yes.
We know he's different. He scores lots of goals and he's never misses a game. If the clubs, you know, if Liverpool say, no, at that age, we only give 2-year contracts out max, let's say, would you bend the rules slightly for someone like that?
If you were the club, you mean?
I think so.
You got to.
Yeah,
what do you mean, Michael, if you were the club?
If you were the club,
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we don't know what the contract offers are we? And that's we're always speculating all the time. But of course, someone of his ilk, you know, he looks after himself. He's got a great disposition. He's very rarely injured. He doesn't seem to be slowing down. You know, 2 years with an option of a third is not a problem, is it? You would have thought. But again, I don't know what his agent wants. I don't know what Mo wants. I don't know whether it's financial. I don't know whether he wants a huge pay rise on what he's got now, which is a lot of money. So you have to be able to justify everything, whether it's whether it's wages, whether it's length of contracts. You have to be able to justify it to everybody else, because you might come up short if someone gets a bad injury.
Defensively, they look really solid. Van Dijk was unbelievable. We spoke with Fatih there. He was like a magnet. You know, every ball was coming on him, calm. And I think De Bruyne had a big chance to score, you know, but he missed it in 2-1, but to make it 2-1. But this is those games happen like that.
Yeah, the other end, that's 7 clean sheets, as well as having the best defence in the Premier League for Liverpool.
Yeah, I was so impressed talking about Van Dijk. He marshalled Haaland, that threat. He felt isolated up there, and he looked it, and Van Dijk realised that, and he just put himself in the best position. Every time a ball came in, he was there. Obviously, for that one slip, and you saw him. You don't really see much animation from Virgil van Dijk, but when Kelleher made that save off De Bruyne, the little hug, that's a huge statement from Virgil van Dijk, because he doesn't climb down from how he likes to be on the pitch and how he walks around with such authority, but they're playing well as a unit. And Kelleher stepping up for his team in a big moment. You never know. It was all comfortable. It was done 2-0. You know, people getting on Pep's back. Bang. Turnover. Slight lack of concentration from Van Dijk.